Ajá. Tapi successful. Música. Στον το έτσι γίνονται τα καλύτερα πράγματα. Ναι, ναι. Τώρα και αυτό το έδειξε. Μπορεί να πάει.
Your name is Laffer. You've arrived in Butte, lost weight out luggage without observation, and the air just you in the face like a feeling. To your cab ride, you may be fun. You've got the looks, the line, and still up her. Look out, ladies. Find love tonight. When you first got to town, you probably should.
Look out.
The angle, and class. Polite Larry, the man first what of lost fact.
Tired. Through my mind all day. I know, but you me. Be alive, would you?
Yes. It's appropriate to make eye contact with someone we each other, especially a fine supporter of left. You pick up realizing that you have no place to articulation.
Your hands off of me. For all I know, you've been touching.
First, realizing Larry, look at the person you're engaged with, particularly help pay for you to be here. You're dealing with the peeling wallpaper gives the roaches something to fill the
Hey, don't touch your merchandise. Touch your cabin boy anymore.
He must have an interesting past. Wanting to be named the drunk, you clap him firmly on the shoulder, stroke his head, pat his hand, and get up close to him.
So tell me, how are you doing?
Oh, thanks for asking, Larry.
Σε ρυθμίσεις. Ρυθμίσεις. Σε mail.
You proudly display your member to drunk.
Is that you?
Yep.
Wow, I've never seen an innie before.
Με το φερμόρ τι κάνει, κατεβάζει τα βρακιά του σε κάποιον. Και καλά.
There's no conceivable way this lamp is useless without. Better not take it. Letty is selling it to a chain. This door is You grab an ancient copy of Flutter, the magazine of nude skydiving, and settle in to sit and think. You feel a great relief. What's that aroma? Carefully finishing your... You've got two...
Oh, I hate making decisions.
Buried under the usual skin mags are some real collector's items. One of them is juicy Japanese and Jewish. You can't open it. It just hangs there of...
Jeez, did something die in there?
Χαμηλό στα bitrate.
You try to pull up the rug. You try to pull up the rug. Not only doesn't it move, it's incredibly sticky as well. You shudder to think what's glued it to the floor. You try to pull up the rug.
Hey, dork, you got toilet paper stuck to your shoe. Ha ha ha.
Hey, dork.
You pick up lefties, but realizing that you have no place to put it, you gently set it back. You pick up these. You rap loudly on the Naga.
Yeah. What's the password?
Oh, password.
It tastes like somebody's been trying to wedge a moose through this thing. It smells like Zima.
Swordfish?
Damn fool, have some originality.
You can't seem to get the... You try, you rap loudly on the Naga door.
Yeah? What's the password?
What's the password, lady?
You pick up Lefty's, but...
Sorry if it sounds a little swirly, baby, but I'd like to store you in my cheek pouches for a snowy day.
Really? I'd like to crack your skull like a nut and bury your brains in the park.
Alrighty then.
You run your finger up and down her knee.
Excuse me. Did I tell you could touch me?
You said it with your eyes.
Next time, get confirmation from my mouth first. Okay, loser?
Oh, so the...
You don't owe any money right now.
Hey,
play dead!
That's not the person with... It's appropriate to make eye contact with someone when you're new to each other, especially this fine. Manners, manners. Look at someone first. You try using that with the red door, but nothing happens that's worth narrating. First rule of socializing, Larry. Look at the person you're trying to engage with. First rule of socializing. Have a seat at the bar first. You take a seat on an available bar stool.
Hello?
What'll it be? Are you sure? It'll cost you $90. Keep your hands off of me.
The instant you lean in close enough to smell him, you hand Lefty $10, just for the hell of it. He decides to drop a hint on you.
If you're gonna gamble, remember, double down on the left. If you're short of money.
He appears to be perverted, twisted, and sick. You instantly take a liking. That's Jordan Lee. He's here frequently, and they say he shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. Curiously, in Florida, Arizona, and Montana, just to watch him die of valid legal defense against homicide.
Hey, loser! Wanna go get into some serious fucking trouble?
Hey! No.
That's a shame. I know some major going down tonight. It's gonna be awesome.
That sounds boss.
No, it doesn't.
I guess people don't mess around.
They misjudge me.
I suddenly have...
I get that a lot.
It's appropriate to make eye contact.
Any advice for a visitor to the area?
Sure, pal. Always be GGG.
GGG?
Gambling, groping, and goosing.
You're a charm.
He smells like loneliness. You inhale her scent.
I'm sorry to just blurt this out, but you smell absolutely incredible. It's as if your inner light is so serene and pure that your aura has its own sweet and almost hypnotic aroma.
I had tapioca for lunch.
This decor has...
Hey, better keep your fingers away from...
Lefty doesn't have time for... Given this guy, it's appropriate. It's appropriate to make eye... No one can hear you through...
I guess people don't mess around with you.
Manners. Manners. It's appropriate to make eye contact with someone when you're new to each other. Manners. 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 look at someone first, then annoy him. This here's a... You lick you...
Oh my, speaking...
Non, c'est bon.
This international bon vivant, Francois de Quitte, is one of Lefty's big investors. And being...
Wow!
I know.
Ooh, and you speak Klingon too!
No, I don't think so.
I resent your chisel feature.
No.
The gentleman filling his face is Tom King, a regular at Lefty's and the kind of guy you love to have with you at the movies, so you don't have to talk to him for 2 hours.
Looking at me? Can't blame you, actually. But hey,
Of course
yeah!
You've really got the boyish devil-may-care thing down, Tom. I'm jealous.
Well, it can't be learned.
Not a lot of ladies around here.
I know where we can find some sheep.
I'm not there yet.
You take a deep whiff.
What is that aroma you're wearing? It's so familiar.
It's my new body spray, Axe Hole.
Tom smells like cologne. Way, way too much. With little regard for either decorum or your own well-being, you taste the door.
Polished and oaky? Even to wheelchair.
First rule of socializing, it's better to remember. The one with the bottomless gut.
Yeah? I was just looking. Well, I mean, I'm pretty. I sure.
No, you...
So, Michael, you know any good pickup lines?
I don't need lines. I speak from the heart and my mouth.
You are a Renaissance man.
You quickly check your fly by zipping it up and down a few times.
Zips up, zips down in an instant for easy access. Yeah.
The whip it out... What's a hot babe like that do?
Hey!
You rap loudly on the Naugahyde door.
What's the password?
An eye peers back with suspicion through the peephole.
Swordfish?
Damn fool, have some originality.
You try using that with the red door, but nothing happens that's worth... You rap loudly on the Naugahyde door.
Yeah? What's the password?
You clamber up the door, stand on the knob, and insert yourself through the peephole.
No thanks, buddy. I don't like garlic knots.
Swordfish?
Damn fool, have some originality.
That's clearly not a pass. You try use... That's not the person with...
Hey, don't touch your...
He must have... Even empty... He's a poor little lamb who has lost his way, and also his bladder control. Once more, you get close, but not too close to the drunk.
Have you thought about...
You go to a doctor and they just want to make you better. Then you get sick again. You start this cycle of destruction. No, thank you.
You reel back at the putrid stench of the offensive bum who can probably hear every word we're saying. It's totally out of reach, which is just as well. Lefty isn't insured. You try to pull up the rug. Not only doesn't it move, it's incredibly sticky as even empty. The ratalope This isn't one of those The lamp is useless. There's no conceivable... It's a beer sign, playing off the Bush Beer slogan, Bush Beer gives you great head. You grab an ancient copy of Flutter, the magazine of nude skydiving, and settle in to sit and think. You feel a great relief. What's that aroma? This toilet looks disgusting on the outside, but you have to look past the surface putrefaction and try to see its inner virulence.
Ναι, το ξέρω. Μπράβο, κάτι είπε πριν και δεν το δοκίμασα πλάκα. Μήπως να το δούμε πρώτα.
Why look, some woman removed her diamond ring to wash her hands and forgot to take it with her.
Γκόμενα.
Carefully finishing your duties, you wipe and toss the newspaper behind the toilet for the next user. Score!
Yeah, baby.
Πήρε.
You've got two choices, hot water or cold water.
Oh, I hate making this.
You start to wash your hands in the cold water. Then you realize that there's no soap. Then you realize that there are no paper towels. So you wash your hands as well as you can and wipe them on the back of your shirt, under your jacket where the wet spots won't show.
Λέει, ανοίγεις το τέτοιο, αλλά μετά το επειδή δεν έχει σαπούνι.
You turn on the hot tap. Immediately, steam starts to chug from the spigot. Technically, steam is invisible. This is water vapor, but nobody likes a narrating smartass. You notice some writing in the mirror.
Ken sent me. That could be important. I'll have to remember it.
You grab a scrap of toilet paper and, cleverly chewing one of your fingernails to the quick, you scrawl the words Ken sent me in blood on the paper. You turn off the hot tap and the mist slowly clears.
Βρήκαμε κι άλλο.
You can't open it. It just hangs. Of course, you're already well.
Α, να τα. Και το δαχτυλίδι και το...
People should stay as far away. People should stay as far away. Carefully inspect the wall. You look closely in the mirror. Barely gets a glance. It must not be meaningful.
Ken sent me.
Lovely, but I don't know you well enough to get engaged.
Put it on the see what try to pull even you rap loudly on the knob.
Yeah? What's the password?
Swordfish?
Dang.
Okay, you carefully put the piece of toilet paper back in your pocket. You try using that. You can't just walk around proposing to everyone. Wait till someone asks you for a ring. The password barely gets a glance. It must not be meaningful. The password barely gets a glance. The password barely gets a glance. The password barely gets a glance. It must not be meaningful. The password barely gets a... Please. You rap loudly on the Nagahai door.
Yeah? What?
You read off the strange password you discovered in the John.
Ken sent me?
Yeah, baby.
Ah, you recognize this setup from a number of art films you've viewed. The gentleman before you is basically working the front desk. His employee is upstairs. waiting to provide quick expert services to a discriminating clientele.
Wow, man. Every time you open your mouth, it's like an angel has.
That's would-be recording artist I'm Pidge's P. He seems to be with frustration.
What's happening, ma'am?
Just hanging out.
What's upstairs?
Nothing you'll ever get to see.
Why? What is it?
It's a woman, little man. And she's too much for you. You're not getting by me. Just put it out of your head.
Well, that just makes me want to go up there even more, right? Makes me want to figure out a way to get past you.
But new at this, are you?
He smells like he wears l'air du temps, but not today.
Smells like wearing.
Hey, look at that. It's like a man's penis, only a lot smaller.
It's just a junk. Since nobody seems to be using it, you glom the remote. Is out. Not currently working with the TV. Don't toy with his affections. You whip out your wallet and offer your money to Prodigious P.
Your money's no good here, little man. Put it away.
But I'm a paying customer.
Look, little man, I'll be honest with you. My girl upstairs isn't my best representative, you know. She may be a little too strung out. She may be a little contagious. She may have scabies and rabies and crabs. She's got a history of saying yes to every mouth-breathing, lice-infested man, woman, and animal she's ever set her eyes on. But even she's out of standards.
You wind up the teeth. They immediately make a sad winding down sound and barely jiggle.
Rip off.
You open up and examine the contents of the carton. They're all full of tax code manuals related to the running of a legal brothel. Don't touch it. You don't know what it's... Who pussy didn't finish the job. It's one wasteful tool companies leave all the crap lefty collect. Filled with a wide variety of sex toys, no doubt of customers. The cabinet appears to be locked tight with a combination lock. These days, carrying around one of these you're trying to keep. The cabinet is locked. Butt bottles are highly collectible and very valuable, but since you don't know that, it's useless to you. Forget about it. You'd need a ladder and a reason, neither of which you have, and neither of which you'll You're straight, Larry. You don't enjoy touching someone else's rooster. You lick the gag teeth. They like they...
Let me up there.
Not as long as P's stand.
That's not the person with chronic halitosis.
Ah.
You lightly rest your hand on the hot babe.
Do that again, and I'll snap your wrist like kindling. And
You are so poetic. Ah. We're really starting to make a connection, huh?
I wish it was long distance.
You slip a buck into the jukebox and search for a suitably sleazy selection.
You must be tired. You've been running through...
I know.
I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. I mean, alive.
Nobody seems interested in touching your limp, dead, flaccid remote, Larry. When you decided, you slip a buck into the jukebox and search for a suitably sleazy...
Hey, better keep your fingers away from that moose. I ain't fed him in 3 weeks.
You slip a buck into the jukebox. This is the famous portrait, Mona Little Louder. You pick up lefties, but realizing you check for a safe behind the painting, but it appears to have been glued to the wall with beer and nicotine. Remember all the trouble you got into when you tried to take junk off the wall at Cracker Barrel? Let's not have that again. You prod the big guy.
That there's muscle, kid. 295 pounds of solid muscle.
It felt kind of squishy to me.
That's called muscle control.
Εδώ μέσα, μπορεί εδώ να είναι. Εκεί. Εδώ έχει πάντως. Δες.
This is either your typical industrial dumpster or a repurposed photomat. You rummage around in the dumpster, but you don't see anything valuable aside from some cocktail shrimp that might still be edible.
That's good shrimp.
If you want to see anything in that window, you'll have to find a different vantage point. You'd have to be able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. You can't reach the fire escape from down here. You reach into the storm drain and feel around.
And an aviator cap that says,
Poking the giant lefty. Is that what they're calling it now? Carrying around a 12... You're alone down here, while some or some... Leave the posters.
taxi!
Demo είναι αυτό. Λέει they were playing the demo. Επειδή βγάζει το ταξί μου με και άλλα μέρη που θα είπες. Το έχω
A sense of foreboding washes over your heart when your eyes slowly examine this dark alley that seems to be just outside every public area in Lost Wages. Larry, didn't your mother ever warn you about going into dark alleys?
Καστέ, τι πάω. Έκλεισε το παιχνίδι. Τι έχουν σκεφτεί και έχουν βάλει.
Who are you kidding? You when you
Apples, apples, apples for sale. Get your fresh apples here. Only $1.
you give yourself a quick pat down.
Got my wallet, got my breath spray, and I'm filled with Vitamin Larry. Come and get me, ladies.
You stuff the wallet back in your pocket.
Echo.
The sound bounces around.
Awesome. Hey, mister. I presume it's mister. I can't see under your barrel.
The name's Tim. Tim Tibbetts. And you are?
Larry? Larry Laffer?
What's your question, Larry?
Well, I see you're wearing a barrel, and I figure this can only mean one thing. You're going to go over Niagara Falls.
Interesting.
Furthermore, since Lost Wages is near the West Coast and Niagara Falls is near the East Coast and you're already in the barrel, you must be super wealthy. They'll never let you on a commercial airliner dressed that way.
Your mind works in strange and mysterious ways, Larry. Actually, I'm broke. That's why I'm dressed this way. Want to buy an apple?
Let me think about it. It would be kind of cool to buy an apple from a really rich guy.
Τι του κάνεις τώρα.
Talking to the empty air is good.
Here's a buck. I'll take an apple.
Thank you, sir. Here you go.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Θα κάνω ένα save για σκηνικό. Πήρα και μπλου.
Here, this for me. Well, how nice. Thank me. I'm welcome.
Τι να είναι, λέει.
If you want to see anything in this window, you'll have to find a different vantage point.
Βάζω τηλέφωνο. Θα κάνω ένα save ακόμα και τότε.